Explain one little thing. When you pay your art fee and then you come up here and pick up your art supplies, you might get a little brown baggie. This is just extra fun stuff. This is not something you like have to have for my class, but I had some people over the summer donate some things, so while supplies last, so it's kind of like first come first serve, I'm gonna put inside this little baggie this little, it's kind of like a little kid watercolor thing, a Sharpie pen, a good eraser, a good pencil sharpener. These are watercolor pencils and they're gonna look like regular color pencils, but you will know that they're watercolor because it's gonna say watercolor on it. So these are fun to play with, kind of like color pencils, but then when you get them wet, they'll get all smeary and smudgy and do fun stuff. So you'll get one of each color of those. Then also I've got just some regular color pencils, and you'll get one of each of these, and you'll know that these are regular because they don't say watercolor on it, just, you know, regular. And I might throw in some drawing pencils in here. These, they have all different kind of leads in them. Like this has 2H, that means it's lighter. The H's are light and the B's are darker. If you get an HB, that's just the same exact thing as like a number 2 pencil. So that's it. These are just kind of like some fun little extras. These aren't needed, but the reason why I'm giving them to you is, like I said, they got donated. They're not being bought from your art supply list. And this paint and these items, these are not gonna go on your painting ever. These would only be for you to play around in your sketchbook with, okay? These are only for sketchbook assignments ever. Never, never will you use them on like your nice painting. For that, we're gonna be using this paint right here that I'll give to you later when you get to that point. Okay. You're also gonna get your painting to start on. So you're gonna get this piece of watercolor paper, and it's gonna be already cut to size for you. And you're gonna have an image. Normally I'll let y'all pick out your own image, but being virtual, I think it's just gonna be easier if all my virtual people do the same image. So I picked one out for you. I hope you don't mind. I'm sorry if you don't like it. It's just the best I think we can do, because when we have questions, I'll be able to make videos and send them out to everybody. So like when somebody asks me how to make that peach or something, I can do a video and then send it out to all of y'all. That's just the best way I know how to do it. So you're gonna get this when you pick up your supplies. This watercolor paper is really expensive. It's not a poster board. So if you feel like you messed up, you need to contact me, and usually we can fix it. I've even had holes in these that we can fix. Do not throw this away and go get a poster board and think that it's okay, because you can't. You have to have watercolor paper to do this on. You'll also get a printout, and this is something you can only print from my printer, because it's, you know, each printer kind of does their colors a little bit different. So if we ever need another one, you have to let me know and let me print it from my printer so we stay consistent. And what you'll notice is I've already cut this out. You know, it comes printed with the white edge. I cut that out for you. Then I measured your paper, and your paper, your painting is 2 times bigger than your printout. So I had to measure that for you. I did it, I cut it. So this is gonna be the whole size of your painting. Then I took the middle and I drew a line horizontal and vertical so that you have 4 kind of like sections. It's divided up in 4 sections. Then I took your printout and I folded it so that, you might not can see on this video, but you'll have a crease mark down the middle here and down the middle here. You're gonna draw this rectangle inside here. You'll draw this rectangle inside here. This rectangle will go here, and this rectangle will go here. And I like to draw by hiding everything away except for the one you're working on. So this is the top left rectangle, so I'm going to be drawing what I see right here. What to draw, you want to make an outline of the shapes and colors, because you're kind of making like a map of where to paint for later. So think of it like you're doing like a coloring book version of this. There'll be no shading, there'll be no dots or anything like that. You're just outlining the shapes. So sometimes there's going to be shapes that you think do I draw that or not? Like, for example, this purple cloud right here, you're gonna be like, am I supposed to draw that or paint that in later? My trick is to squint your eyes and look at it. And if you squint your eyes, if you still see an edge, like I definitely do see an edge still right here, you would draw that. But then maybe it kind of disappears right there. So that means you just quit drawing. Maybe you might see an edge right here, just a line, that's all. And then maybe you might want to kind of get that pink right there, and that's it. So you sometimes don't draw all the stuff, or like where it gets so fluffy that you're like, I can't see it when I squint my eyes. That means you wouldn't draw that stuff. But I do see this bright shape right here. I would draw that. I do see this one. I do see the edge of this dark cloud. I would draw that. Over here, I might have a line right there showing that's where that changes to the purple. Maybe right there. Maybe a little bit right there. But it's not really going to look like clouds when you draw it because you're just kind of doing lines showing, you know, where to be. All down here, you're not going to draw little tiny little grass or anything like that. You're just going to outline where it changes from the gold to the street color. So you're going to outline that. And maybe with some of these darker shapes, you could kind of make them a whole shape. You know, like that line right there, you would draw that. Maybe start to kind of draw these posts right here. Maybe draw that dark shape. But you don't need to, like back here, you don't need to go like dot, dot, dot. We don't need to do all that. Because basically later we're going to paint all of, oops, I'm getting out of focus. We're going to paint all of this in like a golden color and then come over top with that darker. But we'll talk about that later. The street, all these little dots, you're not drawing any of that. That'll be painted in later. Okay, so that's how you get started, and these are your supplies that you're going to pick up. And we're not going to worry about picking up any paint or your palette or your brushes or anything yet until you get this finished. So this is what your participation grade is going to be on once you pick this up, is your drawing. This paper, do not let it get creased on the corners. Don't roll it up like a poster. Don't let it get folded. None of that. You got to keep it flat and pretty and perfect. Okay. Do y'all see these words down here? We are not going to draw that. Just pretend they're not there. Don't even worry about that. Before you start drawing, I do want you to check on the next videos because I have 2 really good tricks on how to get your drawing to work out better, and kind of easy little cheat things you can do to really draw this really, really good.